Months had passed since the trial, and life had finally settled into a peaceful rhythm. Leo was serving his sentence, and for the first time in what felt like forever, I felt free. The weight of the past no longer hung over me like a dark cloud, and I could finally focus on the future, our future. Kai and I had grown closer in those months. Every day he made an effort to prove his love and commitment to me, and I could see how much he had changed. He was patient, kind, and always there when I needed him. The guilt he had carried for so long had begun to fade, replaced with a quiet determination to build a new life together. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm golden glow over the city, Kai took me to our favorite spot by the lake. It was the same place where we had shared countless moments, both joyful and painful, and now it felt like the perfect place to mark a new chapter in our story. As we sat on the grassy hill, watching the water ripple gently under the fading light, Kai turned to me with a soft smile. "I've been thinking a lot about us," he said, his voice steady and sincere. "Everything we've been through, everything we've survived. It's made me realize how much I need you in my life. I don't want to wait any longer." My heart raced as I realized what was happening. Kai reached into his pocket and pulled out a small velvet box. My breath caught in my throat as he opened it, revealing a simple, elegant diamond ring that sparkled in the fading light. "Kai," I whispered, tears welling up in my eyes. He took a deep breath, his eyes never leaving mine. "I've loved you for as long as I can remember, and I don't want to lose you again. Will you marry me, Morgan? Will you let me spend the rest of my life making things right?" For a moment, time seemed to stand still. All the pain, all the heartache, it all melted away in that instant. I saw only the man I loved, the man who had been by my side through it all. And I knew, without a doubt, that this was where I belonged. "Yes," I whispered, my voice shaky with emotion. "Yes, Kai, I'll marry you." Kai's smile lit up his face as he slipped the ring onto my finger, sealing our promise to each other. He pulled me into his arms and we kissed, the world around us fading away as we held each other close. The months leading up to the wedding were a blur of excitement and joy. We kept things simple, wanting the day to be a reflection of us, our journey, our love, and the life we were building together. Family and friends gathered to celebrate with us, and the air was filled with laughter and happiness as we prepared to say our vows. On the day of the wedding, I stood in front of the mirror in a flowing white gown, my heart pounding with anticipation. The past seemed like a distant memory now, and all I could think about was the future I was about to step into with Kai. As I walked down the aisle, the sight of him waiting for me at the altar filled my heart with an overwhelming sense of peace. He looked at me with the same love and tenderness that had carried us through the darkest of times, and in that moment, I knew we were ready for this next chapter. The ceremony was beautiful and intimate. We exchanged vows, promising to love, cherish, and support each other through all the highs and lows that life would bring. When the officiant finally declared us husband and wife, the joy on Kai's face was mirrored in my own, and as we kissed, the cheers and applause of our loved ones echoed around us. Later that evening, as we danced under the stars at the reception, I couldn't help but reflect on how far we had come. The pain, the loss, the heartache, it had all led us here, to this moment of pure happiness. And I knew, deep in my heart, that this was just the beginning of our new life together. Kai pulled me close, his hand resting gently on my waist. "I told you we'd get through this," he whispered, his breath warm against my ear. I smiled up at him, my heart swelling with love. "You were right," I said softly, "and I wouldn't change a thing." As the music played on, we swayed together, lost in the rhythm of our love, ready to face whatever the future might hold. Together. The end.